Well, welcome to another episode of the YGC Collective, the podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Giovanna Burgess-White, with my co-host.
Yvette Valdenegro.
And I'm just making sure that we are going live on Instagram, and it doesn't want to work. So I did my job. I hit the button, so hopefully it goes there. And if not, we'll do a replay. If you're watching for the first time today, welcome. We have been doing this mini series for like the past 10 weeks. I can't even believe I'm saying that. 11 weeks actually today. And what we're doing, the purpose of this is super easy. If you're coming to the collective this year, this is our second annual conference. It's on August 20th on National Latina Day. What we have done is created a short series where you can meet the experts and the panelists, and we're going to do a session with our sponsors. So it's really kind of like the time for you to get to know who they are, what they do. Go follow them either on their Instagram or their LinkedIn. And if there's someone that you love and you want to connect with before the conference, then this is the time to do it. Because when they get there and they are on the stage on August 20th, they are going to literally drop all the gems and give you all the goodies. So we are doing our job here by bringing them on to you beforehand.
Woo! Way to go. And today we have, people use the word, or I guess letters, OG all the time, right? But today we really do have an OG. But I know people, listen, she's been to all of our events, the retreat last year, to the collective. She supports us in more ways than she probably even understands. Everyone who comes in contact with her absolutely loves her. But I think what I want to share before she comes on, I'll embarrass her before she gets here, is that she really embodies what she teaches. She not only teaches, she's not only a coach and a guide and all the things, but she surrounds herself with her own mentors and people. So she's like, teach me, help me, helping at this level and raising people up at the same time. So she's one of those people that is full circle dynamic amazement. And I love the space that she creates for herself and for everybody that really gets the honor to be in her presence. So we're really excited to welcome her on today.
Okay, let me get the tissues.
It's all so true. And you know what's so great, because we've seen it live and in action. So it's not something we just made up. It's really easy to talk about someone and talk about their, not just their gifting and their calling, but truly who they are as a woman, a person, the essence that you bring. We're around it. We see it. We see the lives that you've touched. And so it's easy to say.
Thank you.
Well,
we're excited. Everybody else gets to see that.
Deidrea, for being on with us, but also for coming again, because you were at our inaugural event last year. You had a full auditorium. Everybody absolutely loved what you brought to the table. And this year, we're going to have you again as one of our business roundtable panelists. And so we're just so excited to have you. Why don't you let everybody know just a little bit about who you are and what you do?
So I'm Deidrea Kiesling, founder of the Dream Academy, where we help ambitious women turn big dreams into bold results through vision, strategy, and a roadmap that you'll actually follow through on. And after nearly 30 years in corporate America and leaving 5 or maybe 6 different times to start my own business, to follow my dreams, I finally figured it out, or I would say figuring it out. What worked, what doesn't work, and really what is required to be a dream builder. And so now I coach and support other women in building their dreams.
So good. So good. Like dream is such a big word, right? Or like transitioning from here to there. Can we get the concept of the bigger picture? But maybe just take a couple seconds to explain, like, what is your company, like if you can kind of narrow it down, solve really, and what you're seeing for women today. Like what what is really going on in the minds of for all of us?
Well, I love that you asked me that, because I've been working on a project and you are the first to hear the preliminary results of this. But I've been coaching women in business, women entrepreneurs, women leaders for 5 years. And I've collected a lot of data. I've worked with a lot of women, and I am working with my assistant, Emily, to do some data analysis and pull together the common problems that women come when they start working with me and what transforms through this process. And so the top 4 things, I'm going to look at my notes because this is hot off the press. The top 4 things that they think the problem is, and I said think the problem is because often what you think the problem is really just a symptom of what the real problem is. So the top 4 things that they think the problem is fear of making the wrong decision, self-doubt or lack of confidence, chaotic life circumstances, waiting until life settles down to build their dream, or thinking I've already tried everything and maybe it's just not for me. So that's really the problems that I help women solve.
Oof, I love it. And some of those are, I want to say, excuse driven versus what's really happening. And you know that we completely understand that because we solve that relationship with self, time, and money. And I think that a lot of that, but I think what was number 2? Because I think that was the one that stuck the most with me.
Fear of making the wrong decision.
Making the wrong decision. Okay. Yeah. And then also using like when the right time, the time is right, which is y'all never, we're coming from
Yeah.
three coaches here. The time is never right. We talk about it all the time. Imperfect action. That's really like getting yourself out there and testing and launching it and not doing it right the first, second, or third time. That's okay because you grow and you learn with your clients. Oh my God. I love
and taking action is always the next step.
Yeah.
Making the phone call, asking for help, sending the email. It's always in the action is where the results come from. So I think that's really what I help women do, and myself, is get out of the dreaming and the visioning and the possibilities. That is so important, but then actually into action. So I think that's really where my superpower is in the visioning and dreaming and taking my clients through a process to do that, but then the actual implementation. So that usually there's like one piece or the other, but as we know, it takes both. So I think that's where my superpower is, bringing that project planning, management, and consulting discipline from corporate into coaching.
Yes. Oh my gosh, you're speaking. That's why I love listening to you because we all speak the same language, and Gio and I obviously focus in on self, and it's hard to dream when you don't even know and understand who you are to begin with as a person, as a woman, like what you were created to be, or just who you are, your personality from day one. It's like we skip over all that sometimes, right? And then we go, well, I got a dream, but I don't know how to dream, and I forgot how to dream, and I don't even know what I'm supposed to be dreaming because we forget who we are.
Yeah.
And so I love it. I love it. I love it. And I know that everybody who comes to hear you and really listens to also the practical business side of what you're doing. Listen, like you said, you were in and out of corporate, you have kids, you're a mom, all the transitions, being an entrepreneur, and the difference between in corporate being and in the entrepreneur space, it's a whole different realm, right? So the wealth of information and the guidance you have on top of that is incredible too.
I was telling a client, I had lunch with her a few days ago, and I don't know how this came up, but I told her that the 2 hardest things in life, and I don't know which one's has been harder, is parenting and entrepreneurship.
Yeah. So true. And here's the crazy thing. Actually, neither one of those come with the perfect manual.
Exactly.
I mean, sure, entrepreneur comes with, and both of them come with books and helps, like, oh, you're having a kid, this is what you need to do. I'm sorry, kids don't fit in books. They all have their own way of doing things. And sure, it's great guidance, but until you hit your feet on the ground and you hit that storm, you go, oh my gosh. Yeah. And so that's where you go, it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to look for people that are experts like yourself that can say, I'm here to help you. I'm here to guide you. What's going on? And let's do this together.
I think that's one of the boldest, bravest things that we can ever do. I'm going to start crying, is ask for help. Ask for help. And that's one of the things that is in the sub tier of my assessment, is that thinking that you should be further along, thinking that you should have already figured it out, which are blocks for asking for help. But we aren't meant to do this alone.
No, absolutely not. Which is perfectly this is why we do the collective.
This is why we do the collective. Yes.
Why do you do this every year? And it's obviously you know us really well, and that's like our passion. It's obviously part of our brand and what we do, but it's being able to not only have women like you that get to come back and do it over again, but the new people that are coming in this year, market research, what women are looking for themselves, if that's health, wealth, business, and then this year, which you love that we added, which
Love it.
fashion and aging gracefully, because that's also a lot of things of like, what am I wearing? What I don't feel good in my clothes. I don't feel good in my skin. So all of these things are the 4 main areas that we are really trying to support women, for them to just take a day off, to come and pour into themselves, like literally turn off their phones and also connect, because for this from last year, you have no idea who you're going to be sitting next to, who you're going to be introduced to, who we're going to connect you with. And so not only having these 14 experts and panelists, but having over 200 women in the room is just going to be amazing.
It's amazing energy. And I made so many, I would say, connections, started as connections, but really friendships. People that I see at some of your events and, connect with online. And it's really a community that you've created. And so I really encourage everyone to come. If it's, if you haven't been to one of these kinds of events before, this is the perfect one to start with, because it's a very welcoming, opening community, and every woman there has something to share and something to contribute. And so I love the energy, and I love the space that it's going to be in this year.
Yeah, so exciting.
That was a great commercial, by the way, for anybody because you've been,
yes.
Right? You've been to the event, you were part of it last year, and it's one thing for us to say things because we do it. So it comes from a different space. But when you just say that, like, so the person out there listening, I don't know if I want to go, I don't have the time to go. Usually it's, I don't have the finances to go. Mm-hmm. It's like the thing that sets them over the edge is everything that you just said. Mm-hmm. Be in a space with like-minded women, because you're not alone. You don't have to do this alone. And it's more fun to be in a very, like, just the vibe in there is so fun just to spend for yourself.
It is. It's so fun. Yeah. Yeah. And I would say you can just make that appointment. I like to think about making appointments with my future self, like having dates with my future self. And this is definitely one of those opportunities where you can decide how you're going to show up and who you're going to be. And I think it's a great opportunity for that.
And the action plan, that goes right back to what you're saying. If you don't put something in action, things aren't going to happen. So again, I love this. We either sit in like our spaces, especially entrepreneurs at home, or someone in corporate America sitting at their, desk right now. And they're like, I want this, I want this, I want this. Oh my gosh, I'm dreaming this. I wish I could retire at this age. Okay. Are you going to take the steps to actually make sure that your dreams really do come true, that the environments, who you're sitting next to, all those things? Sitting by yourself is not the way to go, but being and surrounded by a community that's going to support you and listening to experts that can help guide you along the way, that's the way to go. Those are all action steps.
Yep, that is. Yep.
I feel like we just did a coaching podcast. Mini on why you should come to the collective.
Yes, these are all the reasons why.
But I do want you to leave the audience today with something, because obviously we can be on all day, but the whole point is for them to get to know you, go find you on Instagram, go find you on LinkedIn. But what's one thing you want to leave with the audience to, get them there, and obviously just something that they'll remember you by?
Okay, so I thought about this because obviously there's so many things that I want everyone to know, but I really wanted to distill it down in service, respect for the time. And there's 2 things that I really want to share with the audience, and which is so connected to what the work that you do is that you will always be blocked. Your level of creating the vision, the dream, living the life of your dreams will always be at the level of your self-concept and who you believe you are. So you can't outperform your self-image or self-concept of who you believe yourself to be, but you can change it. So that's the first thing. And then one other real quick thing is that we all have a superpower inside of us, and it's choice. And every day and every moment and every hour, we get to choose what we want to believe, who we want to think we are, where we want to put our attention and where we want to put our belief. Our belief can be outside of us in our circumstances, situations, and conditions, things outside of us that we can't control, or we can choose to believe in the power within us and the vision inside of us and give that our power. And I think that's what we're going to be doing at the collective.
Oh, I love it. This is why I love doing this mini podcast, because it's like everyone's really going to, if they do their homework correctly, know everybody before they walk into the door. And it's like, so I've been to conferences where you walk in and you're like, I don't know who these people are. Like, I've never met them. And then it's just kind of like lukewarm. This is like, we're really going to be connected. And again, who you're sitting next to, who we're connecting you with, and then being able to talk to you, because most of the times you're really not ever allowed to talk to the speakers or the panelists. And so this is just really, like you said earlier, a safe place for you to come, pour into yourself, learn, connect, and leave with long-lasting friendships and connections.
Yes, it's going to be a fabulous day.
Well, thank you for joining us today and taking time out of your schedule. We're so happy you're here. Anywhere you're watching today, you can click on links. You can follow Deidrea on Instagram. You can follow her on LinkedIn, or if you just want to go to her website and check her out there too. And you don't have to wait till August 20th. If you want to talk to any of our panelists or experts, they are available at any time.
Yes, I've got lots of exciting things. So follow me, because I'm doing some exciting things right now.
Yes, I love that. Thanks again for being on with us today.
Thank you so much. I look forward to it.
Yay. Oh my gosh. So I'm so excited. I really do envision the women that are already there. I envision them already in the seats. I already envision them receiving all these things from these experts and panelists that are bringing their A game like that.
In all realms, mind, body, and soul. And like I said, this year, I think the health experts that are going to be there, everyone. I mean, even just how aligned our sponsors are with the 4 categories that we're bringing. And then obviously I'm just excited that you're going to be on panel for Aging Gracefully. So you're like the poster woman for Aging Gracefully. And I'm just so excited to have you on that panel. So, well, if you're watching us live, thank you for being here. You can always comment in the replay as well, because we are always checking that. And then anywhere you're watching, you can click to get your tickets. We are 6 weeks away today, which is July 9th, 6-week showdown. And we only have 6 tickets left. It's crazy. Every week we only have like 1 ticket left for VIP. So 6 tickets left for VIP. And we still have a little bit less than half for the conference. So get your tickets now. If you have any questions, reach out to us. Until next week.
Bye.